The following video was recorded primarily at 10,385 feet above sea level, up at the top of the Sandia Peak, when Cindy and I took a ride up the Sandia Peak Tramway. My wife Cindy and I took the Sandia Peak Tramway up to the top of Sandia Peak. To date, the tramway has taken better than 12 million passengers to the top of Sandia Peak and back again. The tramway celebrated its 50th anniversary in May of 2016. The tramway was built by Robert Nordhaus and his partner, Ben Abruzzo. Construction started in 1964 after Nordhaus had taken a trip to Europe and seen the many trams and lifts in countries like Germany and Switzerland. Nordhaus was the CEO of the Sandia Peak Ski Company and wanted to offer skiers an easier way to get to Sandia Peak than riding up the hour-and-a-half twisty, icy mountain road in the wintertime. Because of the difficult terrain, topographical engineering, foundation engineering, and studies of the geology were required. An engineer from the U.S. National Forest Service was also assigned. A few interesting facts about the tramway include: it took 5,000 helicopter trips up and down the mountain to airlift men and equipment. 2,000 of those flights were just for the completion of Tower 2. Tower 1 is located at 7,010 feet, and it is 232 feet tall. Tower 2 is located at 8,750 feet, and it's 80 feet tall. Steel rods were buried up to 40 feet deep into the mountain to support each tower. The tramway is 2.7 miles long and generally travels at a typical speed of 13.6 miles per hour. Each tram car is capable of carrying 50 passengers or up to 10,000 pounds. The tram makes 10,500 trips a year on average. The very first riders up Sandia Peak ascended on May 7th, 1966. The Sandia Peak Tramway is currently the third longest aerial tram in the world. When it was built, it was the longest. But in 2010, Armenia built its Wings of Tatev Tramway and took first place. In 2016, the Vietnamese built the New Hong cable car, and it surpassed the Armenian tramway to be listed in the Guinness Book of World Records as the longest in the world. The Sandia Peak Tramway is still the longest in the Americas. Sandia Peak is in the Cibola National Forest, and, in fact, about halfway up on the tram, you'll exit Albuquerque and enter the Cibola National Forest. Cibola is thought to be the original Zuni Indian name for the group of pueblos or tribal lands that they inhabited. The Spanish, however, translated Cibola to mean buffalo. The Cibola National Forest spans 1,625,542 acres across 3 states: Oklahoma, Texas, and New Mexico. A little side note, the Sandias are a great place to see raptors in migration, and the Sandia Peak Mountain Project runs from February 24th through May 5th each year. Commonly seen species include Swainson's hawk, sharp-skinned hawk, Cooper's hawk, red-tailed hawk, and American kestrel. It is widely believed that the name Sandia, which is Spanish for watermelon, was given to the mountain because of the pinkish color of the granite peaks. Another little trivia fact: there is an area going up on the tram where you will see a lot of rock slide and pebbles and small rock. And that's because when they were building the tram, they initially were going to put 3 towers. However, they found that it was much less expensive and much less labor intensive to only go with 2 towers. The area where there's rocks and pebbles and such was where they were beginning to blast for the 3rd tower. It takes about 15 minutes to get up to the top of Sandia Peak, and it is one of the most visited tourist attractions in New Mexico at this time. It is definitely the most visited mountain in the entire state. When North American Native American tribes would get together to have peace talks, they would often take their weapons, dig a hole, put the weapons in there, and cover them over before they went to their peace talks. Thus, the phrase, "bury the hatchet," was born. I'm Felix. This is the Roaming Gomes. I hope we can help to bring you a little less worry and more wonder.